In and out from warm temperature to cold temperature each year. And for 4 years, bees came out of that block of sandstone.
So some of them just didn't want to get out of bed.
So you can actually see, if you look at this hole specifically, one of them is actually finishing up a nest right there.
You can hear it chewing.
Yeah.
And you can hear some of the other ones flying as well.
Hear the buzzing, yeah.
So it's a lot of hard work that they're doing excavating those nests.
Why would they go to so much trouble?
Can you tell her about what you shared at the workshop about the Pueblo Indian ruin, and then these
yeah.
nests that indicates that they... Yeah, so Michael's about to defend his PhD thesis, which is pretty cool. So it shows you, like, southern Utah, you won't get to see that up near Salt Lake, but you have these big sandstone canyons. And the Pueblo Indians, like 4,000, 5,000 years ago, made their homes there. And so they would take these sandstone blocks and create their apartments in there. And so there's a lot of canyons or areas down there with these kind of ruins in place. And this is pretty cool, this one here. I'll let Michael tell you about it.
So here, this is actually a ruin site called Cave Tower Ruins, and it's part of what's now Bear Ears. And if you look, you can see there are actually these nest holes right there. And these are made by some of those bees. They were made a long time ago and now they're abandoned. But actually going behind, I saw that the granary here was built upon the back of the boulder. And just judging by where these nests are, they're not getting any morning sun, which is very, very important for these bees. And simply put, they wouldn't have actually made those nests there because it's a really bad spot for them. So it looks like actually these nests have been there for quite a while. They've dated this site specifically to at least 700 years old. So after this fell from right above here, the ancestral Pueblans, they actually built this granary upon it. So those nest remnants, these ones right here on the edge of that boulder, have been there for at least 700 years.
So Michael's found that these bees are scattered throughout the southwestern U.S. And he did some cool stuff looking at what kind of sandstone they like. You want to tell him about that cool stuff that you did?
So they really, they prefer weaker sandstone, especially areas near places that might have had water coming down at some point, so around here and then around here. And you can kind of see here better that it's really dense. There are lots and lots of these nests in a relatively small space. And the thing is, we weren't sure that they actually preferred sandstone at the start, but then by doing tests at all of these different locations, these different sites that we visited, we were able to be pretty sure that it looks like they're actually nesting very specifically in these weaker areas. So while they're looking for areas that are weak, they can't have it be too weak. And they use silt in some areas, but that's not great because it can fall apart much more easily. So sandstone...
that weak sandstone is still strong enough that you could climb on it, right? Without it
parts of
crumbling?
it at least.
Yeah,
I've definitely tried and had it fall apart a few times, but generally these parts definitely. But you can see it's kind of the harder sandstone is surrounding these weaker areas, and that can also help them actually stay together.
Kind of force them into those
Yeah.
restricted sets of of available, is that what you mean? Like,
Well, I mean, the surrounding rock is providing
Oh,
a foundation
right,
within
okay.
which the weaker
Right.
sandstone sits.
so it's protecting, like a stone cap does on
Yeah,
softer
it's
sediments.
providing protection and more structural stability for the rest.
Can you think about why these bees would want to hang out in there for 4 years? So only once they come out, then they're only that bee. She's only going to be flying for maybe a month or so.
Probably max.
Yeah. Why would they want to come out over a 4 year period of time? Any idea? So this is in the desert. Have you gotten to go to like Arizona or New Mexico?
Or Death Valley.
Death Valley. So sometimes rain, sometimes it doesn't. So it's thought to be like this is a bed hedging. If you have bad weather, no rain, no flowers, then you can wait and have part of your other young come out another year when it might be okay. So you come out and there's no flowers, you don't have any way to make pollen and feed your babies. So they actually call it bed hedging.
How long have you been working on this in your project?
So I originally found some of these sites in 2014. So it's been a few years, but I put a decent bit of work into it. The paper itself was published last year in the fall, and I'll actually be going to China to do a postdoctoral study coming up soon. But once I come back, I'm hoping to work again with these bees at some point.
Yeah. This is pretty cool.